Good afternoon, I'm Rob Boskamp, and you're listening to South Texas Midday. It's Thursday, June 12th. Plans to try to bring a Texas State Veterans Home to the Coastal Bend took its first step forward yesterday. Nueces County Commissioners voted on a resolution to support a veterans nursing home in Robstown. The item was placed on the agenda because the need for accessible and affordable long-term care options for aging and disabled veterans continues to grow in South Texas. Currently, the two closest state veteran homes are in McAllen and Floresville. The Veterans Administration would cover 65% of the construction cost, and the Texas Veterans Land Board would cover 35%. Nueces County would only have to provide 25 acres of property. The land offered does not have to be located within the county, but the county must provide a location for the proposed home before an application can be submitted. Representatives from the City of Corpus Christi, Texas Division of Emergency Management, and local agencies will participate in an emergency evacuation training exercise tomorrow afternoon. The drill will focus on how participants use their training and skills during mock exercises, including hurricanes. The public is invited to participate as volunteers and will act as evacuees needing transportation to safe locations throughout the state. The public, including people with pets, are encouraged to participate. Animals must be on a leash, in a crate, or kennel. If you are interested in participating, join the emergency management team at 2 p.m. tomorrow at Corpus Christi Gym at 3202 Cabanas Parkway. Two Crossroads schools have received jobs and education for Texans Grants from the Texas Workforce Commission to help train students for in-demand careers after graduation. The grants fund the purchase and installation of equipment for technical education programs that prepare students for high-demand jobs such as nurses, health technologists, and welders. Palacios Independent School District was awarded approximately $105,000 to train 21 students as health technologists in partnership with Wharton County Junior College. The college also received approximately $316,000 to train 35 students as automotive service technicians. 8 other Gulf Coast area schools received grants totaling more than $2.4 million. A seat on the Brownsville ISD Board of Trustees remains vacant 6 months after the death of a school board member. Brownsville ISD began accepting applications to fill the school board vacancy following the February 15th death of former board president Erasmo Castro. The district was set to discuss filling in the vacancy during a Tuesday school board meeting, but no action was taken. The board reviewed applications for the position and discussed holding an election during a March meeting, but none of the candidates were chosen, and the board was given 180 days to fill that seat. The school board plans to try to fill that seat during a June 24th meeting. If the board can't find someone to fill that seat, the Texas Education Agency will step in. In state news, demonstrators across Texas are planning a new wave of protests this weekend in response to the Trump administration's ongoing immigration crackdown. The Texas Newsroom's Lucio Vasquez has more.
Dozens of rallies are set to take place over the next few days in major Texas cities. In total, more than 60 protests are set to take place across the state, including a protest on Friday outside of an ICE detention facility in Houston. Governor Greg Abbott has deployed the Texas National Guard ahead of the demonstration, saying it's to help local law enforcement maintain order. Mayors in Houston, San Antonio, and Austin say they support peaceful protests, but warn that violence won't be tolerated. The protests follow federal immigration raids in Los Angeles last week that triggered days of civil unrest on the West Coast. I'm Lucio Vasquez in Houston.
San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg said he did not request, nor has he been in contact with the office of Governor Greg Abbott about the deployment of Texas National Guard troops in San Antonio. 2 peaceful protests are planned for downtown San Antonio, one last night and another this Saturday. Nirenberg says he understands why protests are happening, but he says violent outbursts are counterproductive.
It's frustrating. I think our communities work better when we're working together towards common goals. And I believe everyone's goal is to maintain safety and order as it relates to public safety. We agree. People need to be safe.
San Antonio Police Chief William McManus says he has not been contacted by the governor's office or the Texas National Guard about the deployment. A statement from Abbott says the deployments across Texas are to ensure peace and order. Meanwhile, demonstrators in El Paso are joining protests across the country calling for an end to ICE raids at workplaces, courthouses, and some neighborhoods. As KTEP's Aaron Montes reports, El Pasoans have called for an end to ICE raids at places of work and courthouses.
More than 100 people stood outside the federal building that houses Immigration Court. The event called ICE Watch was an effort to draw attention to the agents detaining people who show up for immigration hearings. Alejandra, who only wants to use her first name, says she's the granddaughter of immigrants.
I have a lot of friends who I've realized have a very different opinion about this, and it's heartbreaking because all it takes is for you to look at who made that first step to bring you the life that you have currently.
On Tuesday night, demonstrators gathered in downtown El Paso for a vigil. It was also a show of solidarity with protesters in Los Angeles, where President Trump has deployed National Guard troops and Marines. The military show of force, ICE workplace raids, and arrests at courthouses across the country have created a climate of fear. Fernando Garcia is the executive director of the Border Network for Human Rights.
The families, they ask us what to do, and we don't know what to say any longer. I mean, how can we explain them that the courthouse, that the asylum hearing proceeding, it is not safe any longer for their family.
Another rally is scheduled for Saturday at a park as part of the national No Kings protest happening across the country. I'm Aaron Montes in El Paso.
Yesterday, the Corpus Christi Fire Department held a hose uncoupling ceremony to commemorate the completion of Fire Station Number 3 at 1525 Morgan Avenue. The new station, which replaced the former Station Number 3, broke ground in October 2023. The previous fire station was constructed in 1954 and has now surpassed its intended life cycle and can no longer accommodate modern, larger firefighting vehicles and equipment. The new facility was built next to the old station following a land swap agreement. The new station is designed to last at least 50 years. The $12 million fire station was funded through voter-approved bonds, certificates of obligation, and an American Rescue Act grant. A contractor for the city of Corpus Christi has temporarily closed the northwest corner of Staple Street and McArdle Road. The work is the third phase of a project to upgrade the traffic signal infrastructure at the intersection of Staple Street and McArdle Road and is expected to last 4 weeks. The fourth and final phase is expected to last an additional 4 weeks. The project includes the installation of new mast arms, signal heads, and ADA infrastructure. The City of Mission will now be able to provide water to Agua Special Utility District customers in their city if the district's water system is shut off. Agua SUD customers in Mission will benefit from the newly signed agreement should system issues cause water from Agua SUD to be shut off during an emergency. The city will charge Agua SUD when the water is shared. Dallas School Board members will discuss policy changes today to eliminate the references to racial equity in its educational philosophy. KERA's Bill Ziebel reports it's to comply with a bill banning DEI in K-12 schools.
Senate Bill 12, now on the governor's desk, prohibits diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts in areas like hiring and training. Dallas trustees, like Ben Mackey, will consider policy changes prepared by the administration.
We're going to follow the law and do what's best for students. You know, our students all come in with different needs. We are doing everything we can to meet those needs of those students.
Under the change, the policy would no longer acknowledge, quote, racial inequities, close quote, and a commitment to racial, social, economic, and educational equity would read, commitment to educational excellence. I'm Bill Ziebel in Dallas.
The University of Houston Victoria has announced its undergraduate presidents and deans list for the spring 2025 semester. Students who earned a 4.0 GPA on all coursework during the semester qualified for the president's list. Those who achieved at least a 3.5 GPA qualified for the dean's list. The full list is available on the UHV website. Local veteran organizations in Victoria will host an annual Veterans Picnic on July 4th at the VFW Hall at 2001 Lova Drive. Live entertainment will also be a part of the festivities. The picnic begins at 2 p.m. Last year's event brought 16 dignitaries, 12 veteran organizations, PAM Health Services, and about 100 volunteers. The Salvation Army also donated and/or served about 500 meals. The Corpus Christi 7-day film project invites local creatives to the cast and crew call this Wednesday at 6 p.m. at House of Rock at 511 Star Street. Filmmakers, actors, and crew can connect at this free open call event. Team leaders or those who hoping to become one can reserve a recruitment table by emailing info@cc7d@gmail.com. Tables are first come, first served. New to this year's event, the Blanco Agency and the Corpus Christi Film and Music Commission will be on site to expand their professional databases. The Blanco Agency seeks new talent for television, film, and commercial work across Texas. Corpus Christi Film and Music Commission aims to build a database of local actors, crew, and filming locations. Participation in CC7D is not required to attend the event. Anyone with creative skills or a film-friendly location is encouraged to stop by and get listed. And in sports, a September 13th college football game initially set for Brownsville will now be played at Robert and Janet Vackar Stadium in Edinburg, according to the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. University officials said the venue change is being caused by a delay in the turf installation project at the Sam's Memorial Stadium in Brownsville. The project was supposed to start in the spring but was delayed after Brownsville ISD moved its graduation ceremonies to the venue. UTRGV said the project delay risks the field not being ready for the September 13th game. The Vaqueros are scheduled to face Langston University during that game. And that is the latest news and information on South Texas Midday. I'm Rob Boskamp. Your community arts calendar and more is on the way.